Welcome, Thrivers. Whether you're new to minimalism or looking to refine your journey, Quit Clutter offers inspiration and guidance for everyone. Join us if you're ready to quit clutter and organize, optimize, and thrive in your life. Do you ever feel like your space is a chaotic mess, but you're not sure what to let go of? You might be holding on to some common items that are actually weighing you down. When we think about decluttering, we often focus on the physical benefits of having a more organized space. But the truth is, clutter can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being too. It can contribute to feelings of anxiety, overwhelm, and even depression. On the other hand, living in a clutter-free space can bring a sense of calm, clarity, and freedom. By getting rid of the things that no longer serve us, we can create room for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities to come into our lives. So if you're feeling stuck or stagnant, it might be time to take a closer look at the stuff that's holding you back. The good news is that decluttering doesn't have to be a daunting task. By starting small and focusing on one area at a time, we can begin to make progress and see the benefits of our hard work. So, where do we start? One of the biggest challenges people face when it comes to decluttering is emotional attachment to certain items. We might hold on to something because it reminds us of a happy memory or a special person. But the truth is, the memory or the person is what's truly important, not the physical object itself. Another challenge is feeling overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff we have. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that we need to sort through everything at once, but that's just not realistic. Instead, we need to focus on one area at a time and take it one step at a time. Sometimes we hold on to things because we think we might need them someday. But let's be real. How often do we actually end up using those items? Usually they just end up collecting dust and taking up valuable space. We also tend to hold on to items because we feel guilty about getting rid of them. Maybe someone gave it to us as a gift or we spent a lot of money on it. But the truth is, keeping something out of obligation is not doing anyone any favors. It's also common to feel like we need to keep certain items because they're still in good condition. But just because something is still functional doesn't mean it's still serving us. When we're decluttering, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that we're getting rid of too much or that we're being too ruthless. But the truth is, decluttering is not about getting rid of everything. It's about creating space for what's truly important. We might also worry that by getting rid of certain items, we're losing a part of ourselves. But the truth is, our identity is not tied to our possessions. We are so much more than the stuff we own. In decluttering, it's also common to feel like we're not making progress fast enough. We want to see immediate results, but decluttering is a process that takes time and patience. One of the most common mistakes people make when decluttering is not having a plan in place. We might start sorting through our belongings, but we don't have a clear idea of what we're looking for or what we want to achieve. Finally, we might feel like decluttering is a solo task. But the truth is, it can be really helpful to have support and accountability along the way. If you need a body double, you can use these videos. So, what are the 10 items that you should consider decluttering to optimize your space? Let's start with number 1, old electronics. If you have old phones, laptops, or tablets lying around, it's time to get rid of them. Not only are they taking up physical space, but they're also a security risk. When it comes to deciding whether to keep or get rid of an old electronic, ask yourself if it's still functional and if you use it regularly. If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Check out this video to learn how to properly dispose of e-waste. Next up is number 2, broken or damaged items. If you have something that's broken beyond repair, it's time to let it go. Holding on to it is not going to fix it, and it's just taking up space. When deciding whether to keep or get rid of a broken item, ask yourself if it's worth fixing or if it's time to replace it. Number 3 is unnecessary duplicate items. If you have multiple items that serve the same purpose, consider whether you need more than one. You might need multiple wooden spoons, but only one ladle. Next up is number 4, items that no longer align with your goals or values. If you've changed your priorities or your values have shifted, it might be time to get rid of items that no longer serve you. Number 5 is items that are no longer functional. If you have something that's no longer doing its job, it's time to let it go. It's not serving you, and it's taking up space. Number 6 is paper clutter. If you have stacks of papers lying around, it's time to sort through them and get rid of what you don't need. When deciding what to keep and what to get rid of, ask yourself if you need to keep the physical document or if you can digitize it. Number 7 is old toiletries. If you have toiletries that are expired or no longer work for you, it's time to get rid of them. You deserve better than mediocre products. Next up is number 8, items that are no longer used. If you have something that you haven't used in the past year, it's time to get rid of it. You're not going to start using it just because you're holding on to it. Number 9 is sentimental items. If you have items that hold sentimental value, ask yourself if keeping them is truly serving you, or if it's holding you back. Finally, number 10 is items that are no longer bringing you joy. If you have something that no longer makes you happy or serves a purpose, it's time to let it go. I want to share a personal story about the transformation that decluttering can bring. To be clear, it is a journey and not a destination. I make these videos as much for myself as I do for you. My priorities have changed as I've aged. I've had to empty my mother's house with rooms packed floor to ceiling with boxes, and I don't want to leave that legacy. By letting go of items that no longer served me, I started to feel a sense of freedom and clarity that I had never experienced before. It wasn't easy, and there were definitely times when I felt emotional or unsure, and sometimes I needed help processing it all. In the end, the result is worth it. It is easier to breathe again, and I have the space to focus on what truly matters to me. PSA: we at Quit Clutter are not licensed mental health professionals. If your mental health situation feels unbearable, please know that you are not alone. In the United States, you can call or text 988 for free crisis support from trained professionals 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The website is also linked in the description and has several other options and resources. We love and value you as part of our community. We want you to be well and thrive. Decluttering isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about creating space for what's truly important. It's about living a life that's aligned with your values and goals. So, let's recap the 10 items we discussed today. Remember, decluttering is not about getting rid of everything. It's about creating space for what truly matters. Don't forget, the most important thing is to take action. Start with one area or one item, and see how it feels to let go of something that's no longer serving you. Thanks for watching, Thrivers. Comment down below to let us know what you're going to declutter first. Remember to like, subscribe, and thrive with Quit Clutter. See you in the next video. YouTube thinks you'll like this one on screen.